Good morning. It's wonderful to see everybody. Thank you, Mike. That was a very kind and generous introduction. We were chatting backstage, and it wasn't clear that it was going to be that friendly, so I appreciate that. Anyone who knows Mike knows what I mean. The truth is, Mike and I have been friends for decades, and I admire him so much because of the way he led in his public service. He didn't have to. He left an incredible career and chose to serve and did it as a model public servant, I think. So when he asked me to do this, of course I said yes, because we're friends. But the truth is I knew that if we did it together, he would drive impact. And plus it would be fun. So that's why I'm here. And I couldn't be happier to do it. But the truth is also, in addition to Mike, I believe deeply in what this community stands for. Collaboration across borders, across sectors, to solve the toughest problems we face. And it's fantastic to be with you. Many are friends, some new friends, and I'm excited to see what will come out of this gathering. It's also great to be back in Singapore. Whenever I'm in Singapore, we heard from the Prime Minister last night, who I thought was fantastic. Whenever I'm here in Singapore, I leave more optimistic than when I arrived. Singapore, to me, is a city that proves openness and innovation can coexist with discipline and purpose. And I also think it's a model of what can happen when the public sector works together with the private sector. If the public sector and the private sector pull in the same direction, which is what Mike tried to achieve as mayor, I tried to achieve as governor, we could solve any problem. And I frankly think the U.S. could learn a little bit from Singapore's experience. Okay, I have one primary message for you this morning. My message to all of you here, business leaders from around the world, is that America still wants to work with you. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. I know the messages coming out of Washington can sometimes be unsettling, confusing. But I talk to businesses, entrepreneurs, citizens of America every day. They don't want isolation. They do not want isolation. Relationships still matter. The bonds that tie our companies, our universities, our entrepreneurs together, these relationships are personal, meaningful, and resilient. And the truth is they've been tested over decades, and they endure, and they will endure now. Why? Because they've been built on trust, a belief in shared opportunity, and a history of working together successfully to solve problems. I'm sure you've heard the new slogan, America First. You've gotten that memo. Don't confuse it. Don't confuse America First with America Alone. Listen, I have stood for elections many times, all tough elections. When you govern the way I do, it's tough elections. America First was born out of real frustration in our country, okay? America First was born out of the fact that in many communities in our country, whole states saw their factories closing, their livelihoods eroding, and their dignity slipping away over decades. And that pain was real. That pain was real, and it deserved a response. By the way, we live that pain in my family. I'm from Rhode Island, heavy manufacturing state. My dad, when he was 56, after working 30 years at the same factory, lost his job, unceremoniously dismissed. It doesn't feel good, it's hard. And he never, really had a good job again. So it's appropriate, you can understand that we would have to give that a response. So, some amount of reindustrializing, some amount of bringing back critical manufacturing to the U.S., it's necessary. And by the way, it's healthy. It's healthy for America and for the global economy. A strong, innovative, productive America is a good thing. It means we're a better partner, not a weaker one. And every American business I talk to knows this. That's what I want to reassure you of. Every American business knows this. So yes, we will continue to invest in manufacturing, strengthening supply chains. But also we want to do that with you, with our partners around the world. We want to compete, but also be resilient. The area I know best is semiconductors. I know more than I ever thought I would know about semiconductors. And in that instance, when it takes American capital, Asian know-how, and European technology to manufacture the most advanced semiconductors, that's not dependency, that's durability. That's what we want to achieve, that kind of globalization. When American companies work on clean energy solutions in Asia, together with local entrepreneurs, that's shared growth. That is a good thing. When our universities, some of the best in the world, researchers and investors collaborate to fight disease or test the boundaries of physics, that's also a good thing. That fuels progress. I was a Commerce Secretary, best job I ever had. You're all in commerce. Commerce isn't zero-sum. Sometimes politics is. Commerce is not zero-sum. It's the connective tissue that keeps the global economy alive, creates jobs, spurs growth. So even though the political winds have shifted at the moment, and I do believe it's temporary, I believe it's a pendulum and will swing back, it's on us. I would issue a challenge to all of us here, including myself, to step up right now as governments, as business leaders, investors, educators, innovators. Do what you can to steady the course. I think this moment is a test. It's a test for all of us who believe in connected, rules-based, opportunity-driven global economy. The reality is security and resilience don't have to amount to isolationism and a global retreat. Let's do both. Let's strengthen our supply chains, manufacturing, and workforce at home and collaborate abroad. So if you take one thing away from my comments, I would urge you all, double down on the partnerships. Double down on the partnerships that you create here that have endured for decades, and by the way, that will also endure this political cycle, right? The partnerships we have, the commerce we do, what we do together will endure this political cycle. And I also believe, look at the challenges we have to solve. Climate change, global health. We will not solve these problems. Food security and insecurity. We will not solve these problems unless we collaborate as among countries. So don't let the combative politics that we have now all around the world and in our country define this global conversation. If commerce leads, we all win. Yeah? If commerce leads, we have a shared prosperity. And I want to tell you, and I'm sure Mike would agree, and many of you are American business people here, the average American has not changed. The average American entrepreneur, business leader of businesses small and large are the same. We're creative. We're risk takers. We want to succeed. And most of all, we believe in openness. So let's collaborate faithfully. Let's compete, because that's when that happens, the world gets along better. So thank you, Singapore. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for sharing that spirit of partnership. And thank you to my dear friend Mike for bringing us all together. I mean, Mike brings the world together to solve problems, and I think it's incredible. So thank you and have a fantastic day.